and welcome to 3Q The Artist, the podcast designed to go beyond the typical artist interview by asking three unique questions in just 15 minutes. I'm your host, Rachel Vogel, and joining me tonight is an up-and-coming indie pop artist from Canada, Cody Lawless. With clever storytelling and funky guitars, his music has the ability to transport his listeners. Drawing inspiration from indie contemporaries like Mark Foster, Sam Glick, and Ben Reed, he's thoughtfully crafted his own unique vocal style and production. So, Cody, before we jump into these three questions, tell me, how are you and how has this journey been for you so far?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for having me on. Yeah, it's been great. It's been wonderful. We've had a lot of wonderful music come out recently, and I'm super happy to share it. Yeah,
Amazing. So, with that, are you ready for the first question?
I am. Yes.
I've heard many artists say, I am my music and my music is me. So, what does that mean to you and why?
So, I was thinking about this question, right? And to me, my music is an expression and like an extension of myself, right? Whether it's my intrusive thoughts or a fantasy or what I've been through in like my short years of my life, I try to put like my soul and my heart into my music because music to me, music and art is truly my most important thing, next to my family, right? Like the way I make music is all about feeling, and I make a majority of a song like in one session. So to me, music is all about feeling and getting out what you're experiencing in the moment. So it just makes you like naturally reflect yourself in the music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And so I know that you credit a lot of your reborn, your growth to psychedelics. So you got
Yeah,
to tell us about that.
totally. So I was never much of a big psychedelic guy, but I had an acid trip that went so horribly bad. The trip itself, I feel like was a terrible experience, but the years after to come and to grow into the person I am now is with the real journey, the real trip that happened. And now it made
Amazing.
me a better person at the end of the day, right? So here we are.
Yeah, psychedelics, they can be scary.
It can be very scary, very, very scary. Especially if you don't know where you get it from, just like me. So
Oh, well, there first
yeah,
rule, yeah, know where you get it from.
exactly.
Okay, moving along, question two. Every industry has its dirty little secrets, both positive and negative. What's one secret you would like to share about the music industry?
When I first started getting introduced to people in the industry, whether it's like label people, songwriters, producers, artists, I thought majority of people just like to make good music, right? But I think like the dirty little secret, it might be kind of a negative little secret. Would that be like a lot of people write music just to write hits?
Hmm.
Or people within the industry search for artists that have hit potential. Um, and like I've been in sessions a lot of like sometimes I wouldn't say like a vast majority of people are like this, but I've definitely encountered like a lot of like industry people who are thinking of business like in the sessions, whether it's TikTok or marketing strategies or um, just the way this song can reach millions and millions of people and like it can get you the top dollar, right?
Hmm.
It surprised me that there was a lot of people like that and less people that I encountered um, that just really care about writing good music that will connect and make people feel something in their bones and their heart that will bring someone back, to a memory that gives them chills, right?
Hmm.
A
Timeless.
lot timeless music, right? There's like a lot of money talk and a lot of I don't know, just a lot of like what's the next quick thing, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of that music doesn't really survive, and it's just like a lot of the people that are still surviving now are the ones that are the trendsetters, right? That
Hmm.
are just following something or people that make timeless music.
And so you were doing this independently at first, and you recently got signed. So how was that discovery process for you?
So when I met the people at Monarch Records, we had chatted. I met them at their Toronto office, and yeah, met them at their office in Toronto, and they were just the loveliest people. And Chris Moncada, who is the recording side, he was just such a lovely guy, and he really, really cares about the music. And I got none of what I just said from them at all. That's what drew me to them. And yeah, they're just like it's like an independent record company, and they're just very music and artist friendly, and that's what really drove me to them. And they have huge people on their roster, like because they it's like Dual Tone and Last Gang are two of the sub labels that they're in control of, and there's like Gregory Alan Isaacoff and the Lumineers and just like incredible artists, right? And they also have a management side that runs really deep with so much talent. So that's what really got me to it. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have arrived at the final question. So today you are 23 years old. Now imagine you are 75 and being interviewed for a retrospective on your career and your life. What would you hope to be able to say about each?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. That's a long time down the line. But on the note of music, I hope my tunes are the soundtrack to a lot of people's good memories, right? And I hope I can inspire people just like how my favorite artists have inspired me. I hope one day that a kid thinks he can't do it or is too afraid to do what he wants, just like me. I used to be that kid, right? I hope someone will listen to my album or listen to my singles or whatever and feel inspired enough to try, because to me that's what life's all about, right? That's success. That's what success is to me. It's trying. You don't have to get the biggest, you don't have to get to the biggest level of anything, but at least you tried. That's successful to me, right? Yeah. And like, don't measure success by how much fans I have or how much money I make. I measure success by trying, number one, and if I can make an impact, if I can inspire, right? That's what I hope to accomplish with my music in 75 years. Maybe a few sold out shows and a couple
Here and
tours
there.
there, but really just like inspiring the people. Yeah, along the lines of like personally, I hope people can look to me as an inspiration. I hope I can look back at life and say like I walked with love and kindness and honesty, and that I did everything with pure intention. Also that I'll just like walk the earth with curiosity and like an open mind, right? Found love and all that stuff, down the line. So yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking of that will
Love
happen,
it.
50
Mm-hmm.
down the line.
Yeah. Got a while, but hate to say it comes quick.
Yeah, true.
All right. Well, as we close out this interview, Cody, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And to everyone listening, I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. You can check out Cody's latest tunes in the description below. And stay tuned for next week of 3Q the Artist, the podcast that goes beyond the typical artist interview by asking 3 unique questions in just 15 minutes. See you next time.